We're going to start today right in downward facing dog. So find your downward dog. If you need to check in with your alignment, just make sure that you can roll forward to a push-up, fingers spread wide apart, toes beneath the heels, and then just lift the hips up and back, drop down through your heels. Get really strong through your arms, hug the arm bones into the sockets, and then roll your shoulders away from your ears, let your head hang, and take a few breaths. Depending on your day, depending on your week, if you had a super stressful week, take a few breaths in through your nose and a big exhale through your mouth. And if you feel like moving a little bit into our downward dog, just start pedaling out the feet, dropping down through one heel and then bending the opposite knee, and just going back and forth. If you'd like, you can even come way up high on your toes and just sway the hips or drop the heels down to one side. And then the other side, just starting to breathe and get into our bodies. So take a few more cycles of breath, either holding this downward dog still or with movement. If you need to release the neck, gently move the head in a yes and no way. And then on an inhale, come up on the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look up between your hands, and step all the way to the top of the mat. Then inhale, look up and lengthen the spine halfway. And as you exhale, fold, bend your knees just a bit so your ribs rest on the top of your thighs, and then shake your head yes and no again. Keep the knees bent. Let your arms hang, chin in toward your chest, roll yourself up. And then inhale, reach your arms high, maybe a little back bend. And then exhale, we're going to come right back down. Chin rolls in. And then inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. And let's go ahead and step the right leg back. We'll drop that right knee down, top of the foot flat. Take a moment there, just stretching the front of the right leg, sinking down into that front hip. Shoulders away from your ears, lift your heart. Plant your hands, tuck the back toes, lift that knee up, downward facing dog. Inhaling up to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look up, and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold back down, bending your knees. And then breathing in, rising all the way up, reaching way up, bending back. And then exhale, come right back down. Inhale halfway. And exhale, bowing to yourself. Take another breath in, step the left leg back, drop that knee down, top of the foot flat. This time coming up onto your fingertips, rolling your shoulders away from your ears, and take another breath. Face is soft, hinge of the jaw relaxed. Plant your hands, tuck the back toes, lift that knee, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, really reaching the hips way up, dropping down through your heels and pressing strongly into your hands. This time inhaling to a push-up. Exhale, drop your knees, let your arms do the work as your elbows press back toward your heels, slowly lowering yourself to the ground. Chin comes down, chest comes down. Then inhale, slide your heart through your hands, drop down through your hips, point your toes, lift your heart. On an exhale, tuck your toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in, lift your right leg. And as you exhale, step that right foot through, drop your left knee down. And then this time, inhale, sweep your arms. As you exhale, drop the left hand down to the inside of the right foot. Take your right hand on the right thigh and take a little twist to the right. Bring that right hand back down, tuck the back toes, step back, downward dog. Take a big breath in, lift your left leg, and exhale, step it all the way through. Right knee comes down, top of the foot flat. Inhaling up for one breath. And exhale, the right hand comes down, left hand to the left thigh, and take a little twist, opening your heart to the left. Keep the breath flowing. Good, and the left hand comes down, tuck the back toes, rock up, forward fold. Bend your knees, let your chest rest on your thighs. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Navel to spine, inner thighs toward the back of your mat, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise on up, inhaling. And exhale, hands together in front of your heart, shoulders drop down. Inhale, reach your arms. And exhale, folding, leading with your heart. Breathing in halfway. And exhale, step back, top of a push-up. Take a breath once you get there. And exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Let the arms do the work. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, up and back, down dog. Inhaling, lift your right leg. And exhale, step it through. Inhale up for one breath. And exhale, left hand comes down, right hand to the right thigh. Feel free to keep that right hand there. Or reach it up, open your heart by pulling that right shoulder back. Exhale, right hand comes down, back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. And exhale, sweep it through. Right knee comes down. And then inhaling, sweeping your arms high for one breath. As you exhale, right hand comes down, left hand to the left thigh. Keep hugging that left knee in toward the midline of your body. Keep your hand there, or reach it up and pull the left shoulder back, opening your heart out to the left. Smile and breathe. As you exhale, left hand comes down, tuck the back toes, rock up, forward fold. You can bend your knees, or you may feel like you're ready to straighten out the legs. And then on an inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Breathing in, rise on up. And exhale, hands together in front of your heart. We'll keep on moving. Inhale. And exhale, folding back down. Breathing in, lifting your spine halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back, top of a push-up. Inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll take another breath or two here. But on your next exhale, either knees, chest, and chin, or if you're ready for low plank, lowering yourself about halfway. Elbows point back toward your heels. And either inhaling to cobra or upward facing dog. If you're in upward dog, you're on your toes, pressing down through your toenails, knees, hips, everything lifted except the feet and the hands. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, strongly pressing into your hands, reaching your hamstrings toward the back wall, toward the back of your mat, whatever's behind you. And let your chin roll in toward your chest to really help the neck to relax. Gonna go ahead and drop to the knees. Standing on your knees, keep your toes tucked. Just a little bit of space between the knees, about a fist distance. Hands on your low back. Inhale, lift your heart. Take a little back bend. Good, and then inhale, coming on up. Hands come down, come into a tabletop. Rounding your spine on the exhale. Chin tucks in, press down into your hands. And then inhale, drop your belly button toward the floor. Lift your heart. Then just a few more rounds, exhaling, rounding your spine, drawing your tailbone in. Inhale, spreading the collarbones. And exhale, last time. Good. Breathing and making your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, let's lift the right leg. And exhale, we're going to step it through. We're coming into warrior one. So spin the back heel down, press down into your feet to rise on up. Sink into that front thigh. Press down through the blade of the back foot. And pull the right hip back, left hip forward. On an exhale, hands come down. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg. As you exhale, bring it all the way through. Spin your back foot down. Press down into your feet. Come on up, warrior one. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Press down to the outer edge of that back foot. Square your shoulders toward the front of your mat. Take another breath. Good. Hands come down. Step back, downward dog. You can stay right here and breathe. You can come down into child's pose, sitting back on your heels if you need the rest, Or, if you have lots of energy, you're going to take a vinyasa, inhaling to a push-up, exhale, lower, inhaling, cobra or up dog, and then exhale, downward facing. Breathing in, right leg lifts. As you exhale, step it through. Warrior one. You know where you're going. We were just here. Take a breath. Heel toe that left foot over one time. Open up, warrior two. Now your hips are open to the outer edge of your mat. Arms reach out, looking out over the right fingertips. Press that right knee open. Press down through the blade of the back foot. Spin your hands down. Step back, down dog. On an inhale, lift your left leg. As you exhale, step it through. Spin your back foot down. Inhaling, warrior one. Left hip pulls back, right hip swivels forward. Heel toe the left foot in one time. Open up, warrior two. Relax your shoulders. Press your left knee open. Gazing out over the left fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Spin up on the ball of the back foot and step back, downward dog. Stay here, breathe. Take child's pose or take a vinyasa. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, right leg comes up high. And exhale, come through for pigeon. Right knee behind the right wrist. Take a moment, hug your legs toward one another. Inhale, reach your arms. On an exhale, hands come down. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg. As you exhale, that knee comes behind the left wrist. Drop down through your hips. Hug your legs toward one another. Feel a lift. Inhale, reach your arms. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck the back toes, lift that knee. Downward dog. And now walking your hands to your feet. Legs straight or knees a little bit bent. Chin in toward your chest. And just breathe. If you'd like, you can take your forearms, bring them back behind the calves. Softening your face. Finding your breath. Good. Bending your knees, rolling yourself up nice and slowly. Palms come together in front of your heart. Just taking a moment. Feeling grounded down through both feet. Hinge of the jaw soft. And take another breath. Good. Open up your eyes. Let's take a nice wide step out. Reaching your arms out, the ankles are underneath the wrists. We're going to turn the right toes out, left toes spin in. Find your warrior two. Front heel intersects the back arch. Press that knee open. Flip the right palm. Reverse your warrior. Still sinking down into that front thigh. Take your left hand, grab a hold of your right wrist, and give yourself a little extra stretch. Good. Back into warrior two. Straighten out that front leg. Now hinging right from the hip. Let that hip bone get sucked into the socket as you come into triangle. Right hand comes down either to the floor, inside or outside of the foot. Ankle, never the knee, maybe the shin. Reach up through the left hand. Good. Bend that right knee just a tiny bit and then come all the way up. Straighten out the leg once again. Flip the right palm, reverse your triangle. Good. And back, straight up, straighten out that leg, parallel your feet, turning toward the opposite side. Find your warrior two. Front heel, which now is the left heel, intersects the back arch. Arms reach out, press that knee open, sink the hips and wrap your left seat under. Soften your shoulders, reverse it. Feel this stretch the left side of the body. Good. Coming back, straighten out the left leg. Start hinging from that hip socket. Arms reach out and then drop it down. Reaching up through the right hand, keep a lift in the belly. You don't want to sink down into the front leg, so keep the torso strong. Bend that left knee just a little bit. Press on up. Straighten out that leg. Reverse your triangle. Good. And coming back, parallel your feet and take a fold. Crown of the head comes down, hands come down. Either holding it in one place or bend into the right knee, bend into the left knee, stretching out the inner thighs. And if you have tripod headstand in your practice, and the crown of the head can come toward the floor, you want to work your hands so that the wrists are underneath the elbows. And you can just play with this remaining right here, or if you'd like, you can pop on up, starting to lean your weight slightly forward, coming up on the balls of your feet, and then letting the legs lift. Staying here, rolling out the ankles, or bring the legs together. Reaching up through your heels, and then slowly making your way back down, the same way you came up. And then inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhaling halfway. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your hips. And then inhale, coming up with a flat back. Heel toe your feet in. Enough so that you can come down into a squat. Toes pointing out, heels reaching in. Bring your palms together, press your knees open with your elbows. Close your eyes, taking a moment, catching your breath. Face is soft. And you can stay right here, or you can take that left hand down and reach up through the right hand. Keep pressing the right knee open, looking up if it's okay on your neck. And then bring that right hand down. Left hand comes up. Keep pressing the left knee open, and on the right side you can use the arm to keep pressing the leg open. Good. Hands come down, palms come back together. And sitting down, lengthening yourself out in a seated position, legs out in front of you. Reach out through your heels, toes point back toward your shins. Inhale, reach your arms. And then exhale, fold. Dropping the hands down, toes, ankles, shins, wherever you can reach. Inhale for space and length, and exhale to soften. Keep using your breath to find the space in your body, and also focusing on your breath to create space between your thoughts. Breathing in and breathing out. And then inhale, reach your arms out, reach them up, hands come back down behind you. You can either bend your knees, come up into reverse tabletop, slightly easier than inclined plane if you want a little more of a challenge. Legs straight, point your toes, lift your hips, reach those hips way up. 3 breaths. You can keep your chin tucked, or if it's okay on your neck, drop your head back. 1 more breath. And lower it down. Come down onto your back. Hug your knees in, squeeze the knees in toward your belly, toward the ribs. Good, and then set your feet down, hip distance apart, arms down alongside of you, chin tucked, and start to lift your hips. Work your shoulders underneath your ears, interlace your fingers underneath you, and press the hips high, lifting through your quadriceps. See if you can soften your glutes and lift a little higher. Stay here and breathe. Or switch the placement of your hands to underneath your shoulders. Come on up into wheel, top of the head on the floor for just a moment. Spread your fingers wide, get your feet nice and flat, and lift through the belly button. Head drops back. And take about 3 more breaths, whether you're in bridge or wheel. Good. Lowering yourself back down to the ground. Bringing the soles of your feet up toward the sky. Grab hold of your feet. Happy baby. And just catching your breath. So this was a pretty fast-paced moving flow. So we're just going to slow it down. Just for the last few minutes here, hug your knees in. I'm going to drop the left foot down, reach up through the right leg, sole of the foot up toward the sky, and gently pull your leg in toward your body. Let your back, the lower back, soften down into your mat, into the floor. Switch it out. Left leg straight, sole of the foot up toward the sky. Keep reaching up through that heel and gently pulling that leg toward your body. Hugging both knees in. Go ahead and rock up to seated. Sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position. Or on your knees if that's more comfortable, sitting on your heels. We'll inhale, reach your arms. And exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee, right hand behind you. Pull that right shoulder back. Take 3 breaths. On the inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath on this side. Unwinding, inhale, reach your arms. And exhale, twist to the left, right hand on the left knee, left hand right behind you. Inhale, lift your sternum. And exhale, twist. Inhale. And exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. And unwinding. Bring your hands to the tops of your knees. And take a breath in. And as you exhale, hollow out the belly, round your shoulders, lean back. And then inhale, lean forward, tilt the pelvis forward, lift your heart and your head. Good, just a few more times. Exhale, leaning back, rocking back on your sit bones. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale back to center, closing your eyes. Hands resting on your thighs. Roll the shoulders up, drop them down and back. Keep your heart lifted. And just breathing into the belly, just for a few rounds. Let your lips curl up into a smile. Open your eyes, bring your palms together, and namaste. Thank you for joining me.